Welcome back to Central Valley Business, our Saturday version. Now, if you're watching live, you can watch live on our web channel, Central Valley Talk, but now we're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. We're everywhere now. And after the interviews are over, the interviews are ending up on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and on our Twitter. So just viewership has just so giantly gone up, has risen so much that we're really proud of what happened. By the way, we're in our 10th year. We had our 10th anniversary. We're in our 11th year, I should say, of celebrating what's good about Fresno. One of our main missions here at Central Valley Talk is bringing you information about our community and what's happening and where we're going. We've asked Julia Tadich to come on the show and talk to us about the real estate market, where things are going, foreclosures, different things like that.
I have to say the subject I'm talking about is one that, as I'm sitting in my office putting this whole thing together, one of my agents called me and said one of her clients that bought a house last year is in exactly this problem. She's missed a couple of payments on her house and she's slipping behind. Yep. And what is she going to do? And I always tell people, if you're in that situation, you need to call me at 977-3583 so I can give you advice as to what you could do to straighten that out.
Yeah, don't wait till 3 payments, 4 payments. Call Julie Tadich.
It just gets bigger and bigger and worse and worse and worse. The problem we have going on right now, our bubble, we're 10% over the prices. Housing prices are 10% higher than they were on the bubble from 2007. So housing prices have just gone up, and I can't tell anybody, if you own a house, of course you want to go get as much as you can for it. So how we're going to fix that problem, I don't know. Problem is, when you got to sell your house, you're going to have to go rent, and rents are higher. Everybody knows all of this. And how you straighten that out, I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Well, we were talking about this bubble, the last bubble in 07 and 08, and you say, I mean, you like you said, you don't know. I don't know either. We may be headed towards another one.
Yeah, we just might be. But I think what's most important is if you are slipping behind in your payment, call me, please. There's ways you can rectify it. The most important thing is contacting your mortgage company and letting them know what is going on. But one thing I'll say about that woman that I got a call on today, she's slipping behind because she's been overspending. And you can't do that. The most important thing you have in your credit report is your house payment. There isn't anything more important than that. Once you start getting behind in your house payment, you cannot use that to leverage to pay bills. You're done. You can't get a new home loan. There are loans out there for you, but the rates are higher, which is even creating more of a payment. Then you have Save Your Home California, which, believe it or not, is another loan. And how's that going to help you? Right. So really, making your house payment is the most important thing.
Right. And if you lose your house, it's kind of hard to rent sometimes, and rentals are so high right now.
No. Sorry, Mike, that's not true.
Okay, good.
If you lose your house in foreclosure, you absolutely can go rent, because landlords are not looking at your credit report and seeing you lost a house in foreclosure. They're looking to see if you trashed another rental. So okay. That's sorry to argue with you.
No, I'm glad that's why you're here. But the most important point is, if you're behind, call Julie early.
Yes. I would say if you're even thinking you're going to be slipping behind, get on it right away, because refinancing right now is great. A lot of lenders on the refinances or in refinancing are not looking at were you 30 days behind or 15 days behind. They'll make an accommodation. Some of the lenders will let you have a couple of months behind, and they'll still go ahead and refinance you.
Yeah, and some people may know, well, I'm coming up, I'm going to be off work for a month, I have to have a surgery, I won't be able to make the house payment. So if you know in advance.
Well, it's funny you say that, because what we're talking, this information, National Real Estate Post was talking about how if there's a Sunday is the last day of the month, there's more notice of defaults. What was it? What was the other reason? It seems funny to me that would be, I guess, because what? September. In September. September, there's more defaults. I don't understand the correlation, but that's just a fact. Just a fact. So we just went through, and I look at CoreLogic all the time, because I'm always looking for people who are in default and going and talking to them and knocking on their door. But if you're in that situation, please call me. I give up my cell phone number gladly, 977-3583. Please call me. And I always answer my phone.
And there's solutions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some people are out there, they're helpless, they're behind, and I have no solution, but there are solutions.
But ignoring the problem until you hear
The knock on the door.
and it is the bank coming to foreclose, because they will do that eventually. It takes them a long time, and by then you've lost all your equity. It's just floated away when you could have had that equity to go on to do something else.
That's like your bank account.
Exactly.
You have a lot of charts and graphs. Are we going to show anything, charts or graphs? Or you have some...
Well, this is just the graphs on showing how, this is showing where we're at on the last bubble we were in, and how it's just really going. Where we're at today, right now, is 10% more than what it was then.
Yeah.
Not in notice of defaults, but in pricing.
Right.
And then you have the problem with rental pricing. Rentals are higher.
But now we have a shortage right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if a bubble, I don't know how it all works. I was not ready for the last one.
Oh.
In fact, as a real estate professional, I told my clients, prices only go up in Fresno. They never go down.
I remember those days, actually.
Boy, was I wrong. So I'll never doubt that. Okay, what else do you want our viewers to know?
I would say you cannot ignore the mail that's coming to your house. Having been in default myself a couple of times over the years, the first thing we do is we stop looking at the mail that's coming in, because we don't want the bad news. But you have to look at everything that comes into your house, because it could be something your bank's telling you they lowered your interest rate, or possibly they sold your loan to somebody else, another servicer. But I'll tell you what, I go out actively and knock on doors of people in default, and I would really love to have phone calls from anybody who's in that situation, because they don't have to be in the situation, and it doesn't mean they're going to sell their house. Maybe they can do a reverse mortgage. I do reverse mortgages, and those are the best things in the world for people who are 62 and a half and older. They can actually refinance their house into a reverse mortgage, and now they get to keep their house and not have any house payments. That's a great deal.
Yeah.
I do those kind of loans
nice.
also.
So there's a lot of solutions.
Yeah.
So the call to Julia Tadich is free, right?
Yes,
Free
of
to
course.
call and ask the question. If you're behind, you're having trouble with your payments, you're 1 behind, 2 behind, whatever, or you're going to be behind. If you're 5 behind, call Julia Tadich. She'll tell you what to do.
You know what it's like when you find a client who's 6 months behind in their payment, and the bank wants $70,000 or $6,200, and they don't have that money. Well, they waited too long.
Yeah.
But still, the bank will do some kind of accommodations. They will work with you. I've been in situations where I've taken listings on a short sale listing and ended up that the bank was able to make some kind of a deal with the buyer, and we walked away from the listing.
Yeah, save their house for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, what's the first way if somebody's watching this? Go, hey, I'm behind. I got to do something. Should they call you, or is there a web address, or?
Well, my email is julia@clovisfirst.com. So that's julia@CLOVIS #1st.com. Oh, it's right there on the screen. That was convenient. Thank you. But you know what? I'm with my cell phone all the time. Ask my family. It drives them crazy. 977-3583. I answer my phone when it rings.
For some reason, we have a different number up there.
That's my office phone.
Okay.
That office number goes right to my cell phone.
Okay,
Isn't
so
that magical?
Call the 323-2213.
That works too.
If you're watching this, or you know somebody that might need some help, it's free to talk to Julia, and she's so nice.
No strings attached.
No strings attached. And if you didn't get the number down, call me. I'll give you her direct number. I'll give you her direct cell phone number if
Thank
that's
you.
okay.
Thank
Anybody's having trouble with their loan or think they might be going to in the future, we'll put you in touch with Julia.
I also help people with their credit. So, and I do that for free.
Okay.
So call me. You have to buy a credit report, obviously, and I'll sit down and help you and figure out what we can do to get your credit straightened out, to help your credit score start climbing so you can actually be a buyer.
Be a buyer.
Because I do the Cal Halfa 100% financing and every loan product out there. Name a loan product, I am approved to do every one of them.
So you could get people into a home for 100%?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. I do VA too.
Yeah.
But
if you're thinking of buying a home, start with Julia. Get your credit straightened out, see what you qualify for, see if she can get you 100% or what kind of loan she could get for you. And I recommend her, Julia Tadich.
Thank
Clovis
you, Mike.
First Real Estate
We've known
Service.
each other for a long time.
We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.
Thank you.
CentralValleyTalk.com